Hi all, we're going to look now at Fischer's career from 1971 onwards. In 1971, Fischer played Timonov in the candidates' quarter-final match held in Vancouver. Timonov had been Soviet champion in 1949 and 1956 and had played in the World Championship Candidates Tournament in 1953. With a great deal of experience and a recent string of great results, it was expected that he would be a tougher opponent for Fischer. In the event, Fischer beat him 6-0. Then, Fischer, in the semi-final candidates match, had to play Bent Larsen. Again, Fischer won 6-0. Very rarely had any person won 12 games in a row against strong grandmasters. In the candidates' final match, Fischer played against Tigran Petrosian. He won convincingly, 5 wins, 3 draws, and 1 loss. So that had been his toughest match so far. At least they had, Tigran had not lost 6-0. Anyway, Fischer had now qualified for the World Championship match. So he became the last challenger. The match against Spassky was scheduled to begin in Reykjavík on the 2nd of July 1972. Fischer was still arguing with the organisers, though, from a distance, and their postponement was granted. The English financier Slater sent Fischer a telegram offering to supplement the prize fund by £50,000, adding, "If you aren't afraid of Spassky, then I have removed the element of money." So, we're now in the time of the 1972 match. I'm clicking in to this special Barnet page, which I did years ago on the Barnet Chess Club site. So, in this match there were political undertones, because it was at the time of the Cold War, the peak of the Cold War. Here is the poster of the long-awaited match. So there was great interest in staging the match. Belgrade put up the highest bid of $152,000, Buenos Aires followed with $150,000, and Reykjavík offered $125,000. After considerable negotiation, the president of FIDE, former world champion Max Euwe, decided that the match would be played half in Reykjavík and half in Belgrade. The Russians protested at this. Fischer said that no one had the authority to make decisions on his behalf, and the match was renegotiated. Coming up to 3 months before the match, Belgrade wanted reassurance from Fischer that Fischer would play there. Fischer did not give any reassurance, and Belgrade withdrew the offer, and the match was transferred to Reykjavík. The match was for the best of 24 games. Fischer as challenger required 12.5 points to win the title, whilst the defending champion Spassky required 12 points to retain it. No match in the history of the game received more worldwide publicity, and chess playing was given a tremendous impetus everywhere. Even UK chess clubs, such as Barnet Chess Club, felt the effects of the match, with a tremendous boost in membership. There was also generations of chess players. Our very own YouTube friend Jessica Fischer Queen, her father had a massive interest in chess, and in Fischer in particular. And so generations later, like Jessica, have taken up chess as a result of this match. Let's look at political undertones now. The challenger, the American Bobby Fischer. He was the first Westerner since the Second World War to seriously threaten the Soviet dominance of the game. Fischer was a difficult and solitary character, and he felt he was on a personal mission to strike a blow at the heart of the Soviet Empire. So here are some quotes. Have a look at the Barnet Chess Club site in the culture section if you want to read all of this. I'll just take a small selection. There's a Fischer interview coming up. So one question posed to Fischer. You obviously consider yourself the best chess player in the world. Does that ever strike you as a touch arrogant? No, I mean it's true, I don't know. Who do you think is going to win between you and Spassky? I mean, I'm definitely the heavy favourite according to all the past results, so I'm just going to go in there. I'm not going to stay up nights worrying. It's going to be over pretty soon. What is the most important thing about winning the title? For yourself, or knowing that other people regard you as world champion? I guess knowing that other people regard me as champion, because I have known all along that I'm the best. But even that, I would like to prove this to myself too, but especially the general public. It will be nice to show the Russians too. That's what I'm going to enjoy most about winning the title, reading what Russian magazines say about it. So, The drama. So, Fischer defeated all the other contenders and was the undisputed challenger for Spassky's crown. The contest was set to take place in Reykjavík, the capital of Iceland, strategically positioned between Russia and America. The match comprising of 24 games to be played in July and August. Fischer retreated to the resort hotel in upside New York to prepare for the match, unlike Spassky, who could call on all the resources of the Soviet chess school. Fischer had no one else but himself. Let's skip some of this. Now here is a picture of Fischer arriving at Iceland's Keflavik airport some 10 hours before his deadline to meet Spassky for the World Championship. Here is a picture of Fischer arriving at the exhibition hall for the first game. Here is Spassky-Fischer opening game in progress 10 days later than scheduled. Now in this picture, Fischer was one game down in the match, but this Fischer picture shows him in deep trouble towards the end of the first game. So he stares through his fingers at his opponent, Boris Spassky. So we're skipping some of this now. In the second game, Fischer lost by default because he refused to play where the cameras existed under any circumstances. So we have a very dramatic first two games actually in this match, and many of the games have been annotated on YouTube by me actually. If you look for King's Crusher Fischer, you'll see some of the 1972 games. Here is an overview of the results order. So you see 3 decisive games kicked off the match, then another 2 there, another 2 there, and in the second half of the match there were quite a few draws there. So Spassky was coming back, it seemed, putting up much more fierce resistance. So this classic 1972 match, one of the most special years in chess history, arguably. I'm going to close this window now. Now, Fischer, unfortunately, in 1975, he didn't defend his title against Anatoly Karpov. FIDE had agreed to 177 of Fischer's 179 conditions. The 2 conditions not met were the first to win 10 games as opposed to 6, and the champion would retain the title if it reached 9 all. So Fischer sent a telegram resigning his title. FIDE then gave in to point 1 above and pleaded for Fischer to reconsider, but Fischer did not come out to play. Even when Manila offered a $5 million purse for Fischer to play, he was not tempted. We then did not hear from Fischer until 1992, where there was an unofficial World Championship rematch against Spassky. It wasn't officially recognised by FIDE. Here are the games in the results order. Fischer won quite convincingly, 10 wins, 15 draws and 5 losses. After 1992, he was rumoured to be living in Budapest, Hungary. And I want to end this video here. There were many controversial things Fischer had said and done after this year. I don't really want to cover that, as I'd rather remember Fischer the chess player rather than Fischer the person. And we are left with his beautiful games to enjoy, and for us video annotators to hopefully share with you guys on YouTube. Thanks very much.